Well, good morning, guys. Big A coming to you live from the station camp Greenway. What a frosty morning it is. I think it's 58 degrees in Nashville this morning. I don't know how you guys up in Michigan and Wisconsin survive this stuff. Big A's not real fond of it. But man, here we are, Monday morning. I'm pretty fired up. I got a lot of rest yesterday. I got to confess to you something. When I got home from church yesterday, I was a little bit bored. I'd made a commitment to have a Sabbath. I said, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do any work. I went outside, shot my gun for a little while, and I came back in, watched a little football. I even took a nap, something I never do. And yesterday I took a nap. Well, I'm telling you, it did me well because I'm fired up and ready to go this morning. I hope you guys are as well. I want to give a shout out this morning to one of our guys in the ISI. His name is Scott Hooper. Scott Hooper lives in Texas. He won the Iron Sharpens Iron Success and Significance Award this year at Evans Mill. And let me tell you why. This guy has come out of the gate strong. I'm just telling you. He was a little bit apprehensive when he first got into the masturbate. I'm getting so excited, I'm getting choked up. I can't even talk this morning thinking about it. And he had some health goals, and he crushed it. I'm telling you, I call him Twiggy now. I mean, he's about this big around. The guy's absolutely crushed it because he's been committed. He also started a podcast. And I'm like, I would have never bet in a million years this guy would have started a podcast. And he said, on this date, I'm going to start a podcast. He does voiceover, like for people that need commercials and things. He's amazing. If you ever need somebody to do voiceover, contact me and I'll hook you up with him. This is not a pitch for his business. This is a pitch for his level of commitment. And what I want to ask you today is what are you committed to? Heard a podcast interview recently, and this Navy SEAL said that when you're completely done, when you're toast, when you are absolutely laid out, you have nothing left whatsoever. You're like, I'm done. He said you got 60% left in the tank. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been in that shape so many times. And this Navy SEAL said we can push through. We've got the grit, the determination, the perseverance. We can rock this thing. He said, but we quit. Well, we don't do it. That's why I'm not a Navy SEAL, I guess. But my point is where do you quit? Like, what percentage do you give up? And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been coaching men for years. I see guys all the time, and there's kind of a half-hearted effort going into things. You say, Big A, you've been successful at a few things. It's just pushing through with sheer grit, determination, and perseverance. It's like when I was 18 years old, I got that $150,000 loan. People said, you succeeded. I said, failure was not an option. I'm like, I ain't got $150,000. I've got to succeed. I've got to go out there and work hard. Well, I got to ask you, man, do a self-determination evaluation on yourself. How much determination is in your tank? Like, how much grit is there? Don't you get tired all the time saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? You have some other excuse every Monday. A lot of you go on a diet every Monday. You've lost 1 trillion pounds and you keep gaining it back and you keep, or you're going to start this new business. I'm going to start it next month. I'm going to start it next quarter, maybe next year. It's just like, what about today, right? October 16th, 2017. Why don't you say, I'm going to get that discipline in my life. I'm going to be committed, right? We can't just follow our passion. We got to have a purpose. You've got to have that why. One of our guys in ISI wrote a letter this week, and I read it. And he said he determined his why. He said he's been stuck for years, and what he found out is he was trying to please his father in something that he didn't get as a child. His father's been deceased for 10 years. How long are we going to do this? Listen, guys, give it up today. Your identity is not in pleasing somebody else to begin with. We've got to decide today that we've got 60% left in the tank when we're done. And I want you to get started today and know that you can accomplish your goals and your dreams. I want you to reply back in the comment section below. What are you committed to? Man, when you start asking yourself these questions, it gets deep. It's like, I'm not committed to anything. I'm laying on the couch watching NFL football 3 or 4 days a week, and there's things that you need to do for your family, around your house. You say, little guy can't get ahead. Well, you can't get ahead because you won't get your hind end off the couch. We've got to get out there and get committed to something that really proves to be of value in our lives. I don't want to be that guy that just sits around and gives 10%. When I lay down at night, I want to have squeezed every drop out of the towel. I want to give it all I've got. For myself, for no other reason. But what about my spouse? I want Robin to be proud of me. I want she to be happy with my efforts. And my children, I want them to look up to me for my work ethic. Well, what about you? What is it that you're proud of that you're going to be committed to today? I mean, aren't you tired of looking in the mirror saying, I'm a loser? You know, everything I do, I quit in 48 hours. It gets a little bit tough, and I set it aside, and I don't accomplish my goals and my dreams. Listen, guys, it's a life full of adventure out there. There's so much that we can do. There's so much that we can see. There's so many things that we can be successful at if we're willing to give that grit, that determination, and that perseverance to accomplish those things in our lives. Hey, when it's all said and done, there's 60% left in the tank. What are you going to give today? I'm Big A. I'm coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. You guys go out there today and crush it. We'll see you.